Good morning. It is Wednesday. Well, apparently, all I needed to do was change my What's Up Wednesday segment to What's Up, and then I managed to be live on time on Wednesday. No, it's got nothing to do with it. I think it's just more the fact that I'm starting to get some breathing space, catch up on things. I thought, oh, my light is very yellow. What happened there? Let's see if we can get that back to being white. I'm not sure why it's done that. Oh, there we go. Oh, now it's going to do one white and one yellow. Anyway, that's not too bad. So I thought I would give you a demonstration of current situation with adhesives with different versions or different types of Stampin' Up cardstock. You know what? I should actually grab some close to my heart cardstock too. That would be really handy, wouldn't it? I will just reach under here to my scrap bin. And I've got some close to my heart here as well. Bear with me a second. That should be enough anyway. Okay, so what is the situation? These are adhesives that we had with close to my heart. As you can see, I don't even have a refill for this one anymore, the Tombow Mono Air. Which I didn't use that much. I preferred this one because it's the dottier one. Let's see if I can put that on there. So hopefully I'm close enough that you can see that. So that was the dotty one. All somewhat irrelevant because there's not any of this available for sale on the website anymore. It was there up until last week when the clearance came along. Just for comparison, these were, she turned over her sheet. These were, at the time, $15 for the whole casing and $10.50 for the refill, which worked out to about almost 4 cents per inch, okay? So it was a little bit more expensive than the Tombow from memory. I haven't got the Tombow. Oh, yes, I have got the Tombow. The Tombow, you could buy it with 2 refills. I've priced 1 refill. So 1 refill would have been $11.75. There is 630 inches, so it was closer to 2 cents an inch, whereas this one was 4 cents an inch, okay? All right, we'll just note, now I have acquired on the clearance some of these. If you are one of my regulars that comes to my workshops, orders from me regularly, and you're desperate to get some of this, contact me. I have limited quantities, and I will be offering those to my regular workshop attendees first, okay? Send me a direct message or text. So that's what we had. And when we have switched over to Stampin' Up, a few people are like, I don't like the adhesive. And it takes, you know, with anything, even when we've swapped over from adhesives in close to my heart at different times, sometimes it's a slightly different technique and it's just retraining the brain to do it differently. And I must admit that I don't have to think about it now because I do interchange because I've got a little bit of this one left. But I use this a lot. Okay, and there are 2 adhesives with Stampin' Up. One is called Stampin' Seal. And hang on, I've just got a message that's covering my screen. One is called Stampin' Seal. And I'll just grab the Stampin' Seal Plus. It's over there. Stampin' Seal Plus is a darker blue cartridge inside, but the actual outer casing is the same. And that's the price is $14 and $10.50 for the refill. And there is 590 inches in that, which works out to, it's a little bit less than 2 cents, a little bit cheaper than the Tombow. So Tombow is about 0.0186 and Stampin' Seal is 0.0177, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add it up over a long time, it is a lot more. Okay, so what are the differences though? So the Stampin' Seal, it does have a little bit of a different technique. It is more of a rubbery. Now, I've actually looked, and I put some on here before, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see this, depending on the light that I hold in it. I've actually, whilst it looks like one continuous strip, there are some tiny little grooves or segments, just little cuts at the edge I hadn't noticed before. So it's not a segmented strip. It's not a dot. It is a very gummy, gluey type tape, but you can get used to it. Now, I don't know where, certainly, and you can do this too, you can go into suggestions. I'll have to have a look where that is for customers, but it's in under your account. there's feedback or suggestions, and you can tell them if you want something more like this, a dotty, more flexible, or what I'd call forgiving tape, then you tell them. And we've certainly, as makers, been telling them that too. For now, this is what we've got, and I'm quite happy with it. So this one, you roll it on, and I just twist to the side. Now, the reason why we twist to the side is because it's very gummy, gluey, stretchy, rubbery. If I do this and just pull, it will snap off and snap back in, and then it's usually back further than the end of the roller. And sometimes then it won't roll. That time it did. Now look, see, I'm twisting my hand without even thinking about it now. It's just something that I do. It's just become ingrained. Okay, so that's the technique. Whereas close to my heart, she just would have rolled like that and just pulled away because it's all little dots. Stampin' Up, best way, and you can see that snapped. So sometimes just roll it on that and roll off. You get a nice clean cut. And therefore there's a nice clean cut on the edge of that too. Now, more importantly, what I discovered ever so recently, because we now, as Stampin' Up, have 2 different types of cardstock. We have a full complement of what I am calling dyed pulp paper cardstock. So it is, for example, red all the way through. So there's no, and that's not the right one. So both these here, that's red all the way through, that's green all the way through. Both sides are the same. So they dye the pulp and then they press out the paper. That can make it a quite porous, I guess is the right word, which is a lovely texture. But what I found with that when I first started using it is sometimes it's not very forgiving. So I stuck these down a little bit before going live. And I wanted to show you how they are in terms of being forgiving. Okay, so this is using the Stampin' Seal. Stampin' Seal Plus is a segmented tape, but it's stronger again. So great for doing interactive pieces, whether they be on cards or layouts, and that's what they recommend for that. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this. So this is real red. I'll put my hands underneath so it focuses. Real red two-tone with the white core, and this is garden green, which is the dyed pulp. Now you can get this in A4 in a full pack of just that colour, or you can, I call it A4, it's not, it's 11 and 3/4 by 8 1/4. You can also get it in 12 by 12 sheets in the what I call the family pack, so where you get a whole bunch of different colours, generally 2 sheets of 10 colours. So I've stuck these down with the Stampin' Seal, and I just wanted to show you what it's like. I'm going to do this under the camera. So you'll see it's very sticky, and I generally end up, actually that's not too bad. Let's have a look. So I'm going to brush away that with my finger. It hasn't torn. This is White Daisy cardstock. It hasn't torn that. I could get it off, but I wouldn't be wanting to do that too often. And because it is so gummy, you know, I just find that you've got to be careful you don't damage the paper. Let's put it that way. What I discovered though is one of the reasons I thought it was just the adhesive, but it's actually the fact that the two-tone, which was close to my heart and is now being brought out by Stampin' Up. So we've got red, green, black, and Coastal Cabana, I think is the colour. It looks sort of like glacier. When you print on white pulp, which is what our two-tone white core is, that's what we had in Close to My Heart, and it's what we have now in some colours, and we'll be getting more. The printing actually puts a little bit of a coating on it, a more shiny, it's not shiny even, it just sort of seals it. So what that means when you put it down is it's easier. Now this one has been sitting here for a while. I found it easier to get off because I was doing a layout. Did you see that I twisted there? Do you ever do that? When you're getting it, maybe you've got, and I'm using very small pieces here, so that doesn't make it very easy for a demonstration. If you've got a big piece and you get your 3 corners off, then just the last one, just twist. So it hasn't left as much gum on there. The gum has tended to stick to the printed paper. And the reason I discovered this is because I was at a training day last week. I'll just show you, and this is a work in progress, but I was doing this layout without my photos with me, and I was making it up as I went along. And because there were so many lines and things that I had to align, and I was putting things down and then picking them up again, I actually found that the two-tone, on top of the two-tone with Stampin' Ups, it was actually repositionable. I was really surprised. So I just wanted to, allay any fears that Stampin' Up adhesive is usable. Yes, it takes a little bit of adjustment, because I find the flick of the wrist is a little bit different to what I would use with Close to My Heart, but it is both easy to use once you're used to that, and it is very affordable in comparison. It's cheaper to the other adhesives that are around. So I look forward to getting more two-tone colours. Now I was going to use it also on here, wasn't I? So I've got some here on black. Got an awful lot on there. Let's stick, what will I stick? So this is the old Close to My Heart with the new. Let me do old Close to My Heart with, it's got a lot of adhesive on. I just don't want quite so much adhesive, because that's not a true indication of what I would do. So you can see I've just popped that on there. If I had popped that down and went, oh, it's not straight, I can get that off. Okay, so it hasn't torn the paper as such, hasn't pulled the outside coating off. You can put it down. If you were doing this on a page, you just gently put it down and go, oh, that's not straight. You can reposition it. The fact that it's gummy actually allows it to slide a little bit. Okay, so if you've got questions about adhesives, if you want to know more, then ask. Stamp & Seal is the outer casing. You'll only need to buy that once for $14, and then the refills, which are very affordable, are $10.50. Stamp & Seal Plus, so just watch out for that. It's still got a clear case, but with a darker blue insert. If you're doing cards or interactive pieces and you just want the segments as well, that's a little bit more expensive, but it's a stronger adhesive. I hope that's been useful to you for a What's Up Wednesday. And if you've got questions or comments, please put them below. If you want to do it privately, you can do that then. Hope you're having a lovely day, and we'll talk to you next week. Next week, I'm going to, I have to make a note so I do this. During my November workshops, it's a Christmas theme, just because I really don't see a lot of people in December. But what the bonus is, so you don't have to do Christmas if you don't want to, is I'll be putting up a post in the next few days to show you the layout. And we're going to be doing, you're going to be bringing your digital images to make an 8x8 collage and lots of smaller photos. And I'm going to show you how to use the software if you wish to, and we'll print them here. Okay, there's a little extra cost for that, $5 to print the photos for your layout, which includes the 8x8 and as many small photos as you need. And I'll put up my sample of that in the next couple of days so people can get your head around it. If you don't want to do the Christmas theme, then you'll be able to do the same theme. We'll have some different papers if you wish to do the photo, making photos and printing them here. If that's all too much for you, just want to do the layout, you can do that too. We can modify it for the size. Anyway, there'll be a post with more details and samples coming in the next few days. All right, bye for now.